The one superhero who came right out of the shadows, out of nowhere, the MCU's vampire Morbius, is getting a movie titled Morbius. In this extension of the Spider-Man's universe, we'll see Jared Leto in the lead role, and today we're going to tell you everything we know about the upcoming Morbius, and take a first look into him. Enjoy! Development. We have some wonderful news which came from Sony themselves, and after a few blunders along the way, it seems like they once again have established themselves as a powerful player through the actions of Morbius, coming straight from the comic books. Starting off from the main player who got everything started, and that is Spider-Man, who's currently being represented on three fronts. Tom Holland's version of the web-slinger himself is battling the forces of evil, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the first movie that got the green light of the franchise, and it joined the MCU. Finally, this was the first movie that kicked things off. Next, we got Tom Hardy's Venom, the alien symbiote, finally got his host, and he's here to stay. And next up is Morbius, with the titular character being played by Jared Leto. Morbius, the living vampire of the MCU, is a big Spider-Man foe, but also his occasional ally, a character introduced back in 1971, and today we're way off from the actual release date of the movie. However, recent information has already been announced of just what the movie will be about. Morbius release date and trailer. Not wasting any time after the success Sony had with Venom, they put Morbius on the calendar, with a scheduled release date of the movie being July the 10th, 2020. However, during the whole chaos in the world with the whole pandemic situation, Morbius suffered many delays, firstly being rescheduled to March 19th, 2021, then October 8th, 2021. In late April of 2021, we have the actual release date for now, January 28th, 2022. As for the trailer side of things, Sony Pictures Entertainment have already dropped an official trailer for Morbius last year, so don't wait up and check it out, see what your mind is telling you about the movie.
Why am I still here if not to fix it?
Morbius rating. And if you study the comic book of Morbius, you'll also notice that Spider-Man will not be showing up in this upcoming movie. And the first thought that comes to mind is that this would be a good opportunity for an R rating, with the character thriving in a more violent setting and the whole horror vibe of Bones built in. This was the same thing that fans thought about Venom, and look how it turned out, so don't get your hopes up. As of right now, we still don't know what this movie will be rated, and we'll also think that this kind of information will be released only a few months before the release of it. Maybe Sony will go all the way and hold no bars over the Morbius movie. On the other hand, knowing how things went with Venom, and this movie is also being set in the same universe, Sony might also play it safe and classify the movie as PG-13. While the R-rated movies have proven successful, Deadpool 2 holding the record, it is very logical to assume that Morbius will have better success with being in the PG-13 category.
This would be a cure.
Morbius directing. Approximately 7 months before announcing that the movie Morbius is in the works, in June 2018, the Swedish filmmaker Daniel Espinosa took the movie to helm the directing of the movie, after both F. Gary Gray and Antoine Fuqua turned down the offer. After making a name for himself in Sweden with the 2010 movie Easy Money, he managed to make the jump and explore the American film scene with the movies Child 44 and Safe House. And the reason for him being the one directing Morbius from Sony is his first project with this studio, and that was Life, which earned mixed reviews and made little over $100 million, double the budget of the movie. However, more importantly was the fact that Daniel Espinosa is able to work within the sci-fi horror realm, and this is probably how he ended up working as the director of Morbius. Not just that, but also the fact that these two, Daniel Espinosa and Jared Leto, met and talked about the directing of Morbius. The only thing is that we'll have to wait and see how the whole project will turn out under Espinosa's direction, and how his previous horror experience will affect this one. All in all, we know that the chances of Morbius making the same remarks as Venom will be tough and probably not possible right now, but we can all hope that Espinosa and his team can deliver one hell of a movie that will appeal to all the Marvel fans and the others just how all the previous did. Morbius cast. Not much is known about the cast outside some of the main characters of the movie who everyone expected. This includes the likes of Jared Leto portraying the titular character, Dr. Michael Morbius, the scientist who will suffer from a rare blood disease. Next is the actor from Doctor Who, Matt Smith, stepping in the role of Loxias Crown, a friend of Morbius who also suffers from the same rare blood disease as him and the eventual villain in the movie. Adria Arjona, True Detective star, joins as the female lead of the movie, the fiancée of Morbius. Martine Bancroft and the mentor of Morbius will be played by the star of The Crown, Jared Harris. Al Madrigal stars as Alberto Rodriguez, joined by Tyrese Gibson as Simon Stroud, the FBI agents who pursue Morbius on his endeavors.
To consume blood.
Morbius plot. The overall depiction of the plot of Morbius was that the movie will chronicle the origin story of Morbius, the Spider-Man nemesis, way before he goes down the dark path. The movie will follow Oscar winner Jared Leto as he transforms into the enigmatic anti-hero Dr. Michael Morbius, something like what Sony did with Venom 3 years ago. He's a biochemist who suffers from a rare blood disease, grows up frail, and becomes desperate to find a cure for his condition. In his pursuit of cure, he subjects himself in numerous different experiments, one even involving vampire bats who will eventually give him speed, strength, and the ability to use echolocation. However, as anyone knows, these kinds of powers come with a cost. The once fragile scientist becomes a monster, having an insatiable, unending thirst for blood, and an aversion to light, the first two characters that come when someone mentions the term vampire. And last but not the least, the footages from the film's reshoots based on a bus spotted during Offit in Los Angeles in February 2020. It looks like the movie will take place on the streets where the Spider-Man Far From Home was before, in the time during which Peter Parker was in hiding after his true identity is revealed. There were also many questions asked whether Tom Holland's Spider-Man will make an appearance in the movie, a cameo of some sort, but the answer came quickly, and it said that considering how Morbius will be set after the events of the second Spider-Man standalone movie, the closest thing to Spider-Man would be an Easter egg in a form of a poster about his identity revealed, or a picture in a newspaper or two.
Is worse than the disease.
On a related note, tell us down in the comments below, now that you've seen and heard everything, tell us who will be the baddie in the movie. And will it be even Morbius himself doing the bad things after a series of unfortunate events, turning him into a vampire? And also don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you'd like to see more videos like this in the future. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.